Good day, everyone. Today I'm going to continue our discussion about technology and communication in the context of effective email and online correspondence. So, I ended our discussion in effective email and its key principles, which is clarity, conciseness, professionalism, and respect for time, and we have also actionable. So today we're going to continue. So what is online correspondence? Online correspondence is all about connecting and communicating with others through digital platforms. It's a vast landscape of different ways to exchange information, ideas, and emotions. Think of it as a modern way to stay in touch, share experience, and get things done. So, this allows individuals to communicate from anywhere with an internet connection. Like for example, when we are having an asynchronous class, we are using Gmeet, or for us to connect and to stay in touch kahit na magkakalayo tayo, ganun. So, next we are going to discuss what is social media. So, social media refers to interactive computer-mediated technologies that facilitate the creation and sharing of information, ideas, interests, and other forms of expression via virtual communities and networks. In simpler terms, it's a collection of online platforms where people can connect, interact, and share content. So, we all know what social media is naman kasi meron tayong lahat nito. So, let's proceed to the benefits of social media. Benefits of law enforcement to social media. Numerous here. Number 1, we have community engagement, emergency communications, crime prevention, public relation, and reputation management. In community engagement, social media allows officers to connect with the public, build trust, and foster a sense of safety. By sharing updates, explaining procedures, and showcasing their work, officers can humanize the police department and make it more approachable. So, next, we have emergency communication. Here, social media platform can be used to disseminate critical information during emergencies. Like, for example, during emergencies such as Amber Alerts or natural disasters, this allows officers to reach a wider audience quickly and efficiently. Next, we have crime prevention. So, crime prevention tips alert to potential threats. This is to gather information from community, like for example, officers also can monitor social media for suspicious activities and use it to identify potential crimes before they occur, or it can happen first. Here we have public relations and reputation management. Here social media can be used to control the narrative surrounding the police department and address public concerns. By proactively engaging with the community and responding to criticism, officers can build positive image for their department.
Good morning, sir. Good morning, classmate. This is my topic today that I will discuss. So, risks associated with social media in law enforcement. First, trustworthiness. Maintaining a public trust is crucial for law enforcement. Inaccurate or misleading information shared on social media and public confidence in the police. So, officer must be careful to only share verified information and avoid making inflammatory statement. So, when it comes to public service, trust play an important role, which serves as a bridge to have a good relationship with them. So, for example, sir, PNP posts inaccurate information, misleading information. This can ruin the relationship with the community. Kas laki niya yung kinibebe nga nagpakada nga apan na, kalang agjaging sa balimot na panannan. Apan met nagbabain. Namuan talaga ni bebem kit na party relationship yo. So, number 2. Legal challenge social media can be used evidence in legal proceeding. Officer must be mindful privacy law and avoid sharing sensitive information that could comprehend an investigation or violate someone's rights. So, everything we post on social media can be used against us in legal proceeding. So we should be careful what are we posting to our social media. So for example, pinicture mo ni classmate mo nga nakanganga nga maturog tas in-post mo ti social media without his consent, mabalin na ka kaswan iti cyberbullying. So number 3, privacy concern. Officer must be cautioned about sharing information that could compromise that their own privacy in the privacy of or the privacy of their colleague. There include avoiding posting photos or videos that could reveal their identities or location. So for this example naman, like spies, sir, they don't reveal their names, houses, and their family or their background information or identification about their self. So misinformation naman, sir, is social media can be source of misinformation and fake news. Officer must be able to identify and debunk false information that could spread fear or incite violence. So for example naman, sir, is fake news kaslagi Facebook, sir, ado ti fake news DJ or pranks babaling kalay, sir, violations. So strategies for effective social media use in law enforcement. Number 1, develop a social media policy. A clear and comprehensive social media policy should be outlined and acceptable use guideline for the officer, including the role for sharing information and engaging with the public, handling sensitive context. For example, in order to police officer to become effective social, there must be a guideline for them to follow, especially in sharing information and handling the sensitive context. So number 2, train officer social media best practice. Officers should receive training on how to use social media responsible and effective. This training should cover topics such as privacy, legal issue, communication skill, and crisis management. So for example about this series, this is the reason why IT courses are highly in demand in PNP application, because they are already equipped with knowledge that can be used in law enforcement. So number 3, monitor social media for the potential threat. So officer should be actively monitor social media for the suspicious activity, hate speech, and threat of the violence. This information can be used to prevent crime and protect the public. Asla kung nag-post ka ti picture mo di internet or in-post mo aming di information mo di internet, agbalindang usarin ken kang threats aging information ken ka. So number 4, use social media for the positive community outreach. So social media can be used to promote a community event and share positive stories about officer and highlight the department commitment to public service. So kasla kung nag-post ka ti program or event di Facebook or nagpa-event ka di school ken agiti BFP, so dati mang surot no anya ti ubran the like fire drill or earthquake drill. Thank you, sir.
Good evening, sir. My name is Kathleen Repoyan, and I am going to report professional communication skills for law enforcement. So, what is professional communication skills for law enforcement? Effective communication is essential for success in law enforcement. Officers must be able to communicate clearly and concisely and professionally with a variety of audience. So the first audience is the public. Officers should be able to explain producers, answers questions, and build rapport with the public. They should be use plain language and avoid jargons. So build rapport with the public it means that you build trust to the public, and you should use plain language. dapat yung plain language is yung naiintindihan lang nila, hindi yung jargons na, for example, jargons is mga ginagamit ng mga bakla, for example, is hindi naman alam ng mga ibang tao. So you must clearly give information na naiintindahan ng mga tao. Then number 2 is suspects. Officers must be able to communicate effectively with suspects both during arrest and interrogation. They should use a calm and assertive tone and avoid making threats or promise. So this one is during arrest, when you are reciting the Miranda rights, you should be clearly to recite that one so that the suspect will understand what you are saying, and you use calm and assertive tone in interrogation, and do not make threats and promises during interrogations. That's all, sir.
My name is Jericho Rasiles. Today I'm going to report about colleague. Officer must be able to communicate effectively with their colleagues, both on the scene and in the station. They should use clear and concise language and avoid using slang or jargon. Media. Media officers may be required to communicate with the media during press conference or interviews. They should be prepared to answer questions accurately and professionally. Dito naman sir is, guys, bilang isang enforcer, kailangan mong maging handa in any situation or prepared para pag may nagtanong sa'yo or nag-interview, alam mo yung isasagot mo, and that's all.
Good morning, sir. Good morning, classmates. I am Rochelle May Salcedo. So, I'm going to discuss the digital managing communication in criminology. So, what is digital managing communication in criminology? So, digital managing communication in criminology refers to the ways law enforcement and criminal justice professionals use digital tools and platforms to manage communication related to investigations, evidence collection, and overall operations. So, pag sinasabi nating digital tools and platforms, these are essential software and online services that help us do things digitally, like communicate, create, learn, and work. Think of them as the modern day versions of tools we used before, but now they exist in the digital world. So, there are 4 rules of digital communication in criminology. First is investigation and evidence collection. Law enforcement agencies leverage digital communication to collect evidence from online platforms, track suspects through digital footprints, and collaborate across agencies. For example, in a case involving a suspect threatening violence on social media, law enforcement can utilize digital communication in several ways, like first is collecting evidence. Maari silang makakuha ng mga warrant upang ma-access ang mga social media account ng suspect upang mangalap ng mga message, post, and image that provide evidence of threats. So, next is track suspects. Sa pamamagitan ng pagsusuri sa online activity ng suspect, including GPS. So, aware naman na tayo dito, GPS data, at social media check-in. They can track movements and identify potential accomplices. So, number 3 is collaborating across agencies. Law enforcement can use resource digital channels to share information and coordinate efforts across different jurisdictions, enhancing the efficiency of their investigation. The second rule is coordination and collaboration. Digital platforms enable seamless coordination between police departments, courts, forensic experts, and other stakeholders in criminal cases. For example, in a complex drug trafficking case across multiple states, digital platforms enhance coordination among various stakeholders. So, meron tayong tinatawag na police departments. To secure managing system enable law enforcement agencies to share real-time dates and evidence, facilitating a coordinated effort across jurisdiction. Meron din tayong tinatawag na courts. So, court is digital platforms streamline the legal process by securely sharing case files and court documents between police and the courts, ensuring everyone has access to necessary information. So, meron din tayong tinatawag na forensic experts. Forensic specialists can quickly share findings like lab results and evidence analysis with investigation and prosecutors, improving the accuracy and speed of evidence interruption. Another one is stakeholders. Communication with probation officers, social workers, and victims advocates in facilitated promoting a comprehensive approach to the case. Overall, this illustrates how digital platforms serve as a centralized hub for information sharing, make criminal investigations and prosecutions more efficient and effective. Example, different police departments use a shared secure messaging app to update each other on a multi-jurisdictional investigation, ensuring everyone is informed and aligned. So, the third rule is public awareness and crime reporting. Social media and online forums are used to disseminate information to the public, engage with communities, and encourage reporting of crime. For example, nito is a local police department post about a recent spike in theft on their social media page, urging residents to report suspicious activity and offering tips on home security. Another example is yung tinatawag nilang kumaw. Ito yung mga tao na nangunguha ng bata na nakavan. So, para safe tayong lahat, especially sa mga bata, nagpo-post sila sa page nila or nagkakandak sila ng meeting to inform us para alert tayo tungkol dito. And the last rule is data sharing and analysis. Digital communication enables the sharing of large data sets, such as criminal databases or forensic information, aiding in analysis and decision making. For example, dito is a forensic lab shares DNA analysis results with law enforcement via a secure online portal, enabling detectives to quickly identify potential suspects in an ongoing investigation. So, in summary, digital communication signifies improves law enforcement by making investigations more efficient, fostering collaboration, engaging the public, and enabling better data sharing. This technology helps police works more effectively and build trust with community. So that's the end of my part, sir. Next we will proceed to challenges in managing digital communication, which will be discussed by Mr. Rainier Rambuanga.